Hello everyone, it's me Andrea. Today I'm here with a card, mixed media card with a seaside or maritime theme, and you can see me here working on this wooden spatula, whatever you call it. I haven't got a clue what you call it. I glued them already down on a piece of cardstock, and now I go over with a very light gesso wash, and now I start with my different shade of brown paint to give it a bit of washed out wooden look. You know, this piece of wood you can find at the beaches have been bleached out from the salt water, and that's the look actually I want to achieve. Going darker and darker. Every now and again I go over with gesso again to get it to lighten it up a bit again, getting more this bleached effect, then a bit darker one again, and so on. And at the end I use a bit of turquoise, as you can see here. I needed to have a bit of that paint. To me it's turquoise, this green turquoise to me that I really associated with beach and stuff like that. I don't know why. And now I use a bit of my pewter paint. I really like it a lot. I needed a bit of shine on that thing. And that's the very end. I go over with a very light brush stroke of gesso. That's it. And I wanted to have a bit of crackle, and I used this blue one. I only have this blue Distress Crackle paint. I got it from Martina. Thank you for that. And the crackles weren't very visible to me, so I went over with gesso to accentuate them a bit. That works quite good, as you can see here, or not that much, but you can see it. And that way I liked it. And the next step is, I haven't got cheesecloth. You won't get it here, so I use this gauze. Gauze, do you say gauze? Yeah. And use different distress re-inkers that looked too clean, so I used a bit of the vintage photo to get it a bit darker, and I glued down on the wood. And now I use quite a few pieces of stuff I have in my treasure box, leftovers from other projects, and try to assemble it here and glue it down. This, I don't ask me what that is. That's you can buy it in that way if it's fabric, or I don't know. I always tear it apart to give it a bit of distressed look. So, and this is corrugated cardboard, of course, and now I have this starfish and shell. Yeah, so I put that on, and I take from this stem set the stamp at the beach. Sorry, you can see my head. At the beach, and stamp it on there. And now I put it down on the cards. And then I didn't like it. You know, it looked flat to me. It looked nothing to me. I tried to outline it here a bit, but it didn't work. I hated it. And the next day I went back to it and I ripped it apart and had another idea. I used a bit of cardstock and glued down this napkin. I don't know if you can see a lot of that napkin afterwards, but I glued that down and with Mod Podge, and went over it with gesso and a baby white to wash it out a bit more. And the next step will be glass beads, the golden glass beads, and I really love them. They're absolutely fantastic to work with, really, really great. Let them dry, and then go over with my acrylic inks. That's De La Roni, this one, the turquoise. I have it in a little spray, mist and spray bottle from Ranger, this little one. They spray the best, actually. And spray a bit over, and liquid, put a bit of water over it to thin it a bit out. And then at the end, after it dried, I went over it with a bit of gesso. around the edges with this brown archival ink, and I think that's it. I really like that one. The outcome was, to me, much better. And that's actually the back layer of that cardstock I just worked on. I really like to mat cards. To me, it always needs a bit of a frame, so I used this whole whatever it is plastic stuff, and that I put down on the card, shifted a bit on the left that I have a bit more a stripe on the right. This asymmetric thing, I quite like that. So, and glue it with 3D foam down, and then the extra spatula I broke off. I wasn't sure where to put it. I didn't want to put it in a straight way, so I did it in that way. I liked it much more, as you can see here. Looks more dimensional and much better. At the end you will see some of the photos, and that was it actually. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you liked it. Now we'll see you with my next video. So thanks again. Bye bye.